Hello, everyone. This is Asbed Bedrossian.
And this is Hovik Manucharyan.
And we are doing a daily touch base with Gev Iskajyan on the latest conditions during the Artsakh Blockade. Gev is with the ANC in Artsakh, nagorno-karabakh. He lives in Stepanakert. Today is January 15, 2023. What's up, Gev?
Hey, guys. Hope all's well.
Hey, Gev.
So what's the latest today?
Yeah, so, in addition to the rolling blackouts, the food shortage, some of the problems that we have with internet and connectivity, I can say that coming this week, the government will be implementing, some of you may have already heard of it, it's like this stamp coupon process where each citizen is allotted a certain amount of very basic nutritional needs, whether that's flour, cooking oil, macaroni products, or things with like long shelf life, rice, beans, that kind of stuff. And a lot of times, like, we're disheartened here, but it is one of the cool steps I've seen the government take. And by cool, I mean it's a well-prepared program where they've cut out like all the nutritional needs that a regular person needs. In accordance with that, they're giving them these coupons that'll essentially allow them to buy these certain basic nutritional products that can sustain them. I believe it's at like 10 days at a time, and then they reissue again. And it's also I like the step in favor of it, because in times like this, when there's a blockade, there's a chance that a black market can be created, or some folks are getting materials and others aren't. So for the government to roll out its own program to get ahead of the curve, and I'm sure there will be imperfections in implementation. This is the first time they're trying this out, but the mind frame and the mindset is there. So that's good. And we'll see how this rolls out in the coming week, and I'll keep you guys updated with that as well.
Great.
Gev, I think we can't completely ignore the news that's everywhere about Ruben Vardanyan. Even though there's nothing official, there have been allegations, or there have been leaks or supposed statements in press that he might be resigning. Last night, he put out a Facebook post saying he won't resign. And in fact, he will not he doesn't agree that the president and the National Assembly should also resign, because that was also being touted somewhere. And there's a lot of suspense in the air. What's going on? Can you tell us anything more about that?
Look, I would say it would be disingenuous to say that there isn't some pressure being put on from wherever those sources may be on Vardanyan to resign. And obviously, there is some truth to that if the state minister Vardanyan himself is coming out and announcing it. So it's not something that's a just completely falsified story. But at the same time, I would say that a lot of things here in Artsakh, just because of the situational predicament that we're in, things move really fast. Conversations leak, go out, or whatever that may be. But I would say to hold tight until there's official news of anything. There is a chance that there might be a shakeup, but there's also a very good chance that we move forward as is, especially considering that the country here is in a literal humanitarian crisis. There's lots of moving pieces, and a shakeup isn't always the best thing at a time like this. And I would say let's keep an eye on that story in the coming days, but let's make sure that they actually pan out. As of now, they haven't, and there hasn't been any official news.
Okay.
Gev, what's the level of constant awareness and feeling that you and people in general have about the Azeri protesters who are blocking the corridor to Pertsor?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, because a lot of people think of this blockade, but it's hard to imagine it in one's head, right? Like, how does this play out? It'd be important to note that before Armenians can even get to where the protesters are, that road, a good chunk of it has already been blocked off. So it's not like a physical interaction and that kind of stuff where our folks can even see them. It doesn't really happen. And
who is blocking it off? Is it the Russians who are blocking it off, or is it the Azerbaijani forces?
There, it's the Russians are ahead of the protesters, but it's the protesters that are blocking the road. The Russians are keeping a separation or space between them and whoever else.
Okay.
Gev, thank you. Thanks for the update. We'll be in touch tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gev.
Okay, guys. Take care.
Talk to you tomorrow.